I do this part-time, so I don't want to be overwhelmed come Monday. Plus, too, this could be a trend. Since we're in Q4 right now, selling could start picking up. Today is Tuesday, October 19th, and we have 7 eBay orders going out today. First order we have going out is some more of these Realtree shirts. This buyer actually bought a size small in the dark blue and a size medium in the light blue. This sold for $30.32 free ship. Next thing going out happens to be 2 of these army pins. Cost of goods into these is nothing. My brother-in-law used to be an army recruiter, and so he had a lot of this stuff left over, and he gave a lot of it to me years back, and figured I'd just go ahead and list these. It's been listed a while. These finally sold. These sold for $11.66, and they are going free shipping. Well under 2 ounces. Next item going out happens to be this Timex watch. I had picked up probably around 12 to 15 watches sometime last year. Most of them had sold. This one's been sitting a while. I believe this one right here, I'm into cost of goods for this about $4. This sold for $19.71, and it is going free shipping. Next item going out, another Realtree shirt. Happens to be the light blue. This sold for $15.16, and it is going free shipping. Next item happens to be this milk bottle cap, Brookside Dairy. Picked this up at a garage sale. I believe it was last summer, where they had 2 of these in here. I sold one already, and for the 2 of them, I paid 25 cents for. So if you see these and they're cheap enough, you might want to pick these up. This sold for $20, and it is going free shipping. Next item going out happens to be a set of these salt and pepper shakers. I had picked these up on high bid. They were part of a huge high bid lot that I'd picked up. And in one of them, they had vintage diner style booths. And so I picked those up. I don't know if you watch some of my videos. Sometimes I'll actually film from one in my booth. I do have a set of these sitting on there. So I decided to list the rest of these. This sold for $12.55, and the buyer is paying $5.80 in shipping. Last item going out is some more of these Realtree shirts, size XL. We've got the orange, and we've got the light blue. These sold for $30.32 free ship. Today is Wednesday, October 20th, and we have 4 eBay orders going out today. First order we have going out is a pair of these 505 3829 Levi jeans. Picked these up at my local thrift store. Jeans are only $1. These sold for $26.05, and the buyer is paying $9.30 in shipping. Next item going out happens to be another Realtree shirt. This one is the deep sea coral orange, size 2XL. Cost of goods into this is just $1. This sold for $15.16, and it is going free shipping. This next item I actually picked up on RA probably last fall when Christmas season was over with. My Walmart had put a lot of their Christmas ornaments on clearance, so I went and bought a couple of them. This one here is Wonder Woman. I'm into this for 99 cents. This sold for $9.86, and it is going free shipping. Last item going out today is another one of these Realtree shirts. Again, the deep sea coral orange. And again, size 2XL. This one, I'm actually running a sale and got caught up in the sale. So the buyer paid $14.66 free shipping. Today is Thursday, October 21st, and we have 3 eBay orders going out today. First item we have going out is this Smokey the Bear Vintage 1995 8-inch Wild Wooder collectible stuffed plush. I believe this was in one of the high bid lots that I had picked up last year. This sold for $23.45, and the buyer is paying $5.90 in shipping. Next item going out happens to be 8 of these Pyrex Not sure if you can see the bottom of it. Custard Cups. I picked these up at my local thrift store. Minted these for $3. Buyer paid $28.41, and they are paying $14.65 in shipping. Last item going out today is another one of these Realtree shirts. This is size large, lapis blue. This sold for $14.66, and it is going free shipping. Today is Friday, October 22nd, and we have 8 eBay orders going out today. First order we have going out is some more of these Realtree fishing shirts, size 2XL. This buyer bought 2 of the lapis blue. They sold for $29.32, and they are going free shipping. This next item happens to be something I picked up at my local thrift store. I'm into it for $2. This was actually pretty good, but when you're dealing with vintage vacuum cleaner bags, you really need to look up comps because not all vintage vacuum cleaner bags are worth all that much. This happens to be Sears upright vacuum cleaner bags. Happens to be a 15 pack. So cost of goods $2. These sold for $41.98, and they are going free shipping. Now with these, I don't think I could actually get these into a flat rate envelope, so I'll need to see which is the cheapest way, whether they go ground or if I can find a regional cheaper than ground. This next item going out happens to be some items. I had placed some bids on high bid and completely forgot about it. I got a video. By the time you see this, I should already have that video posted. If I do, I'll go ahead and show a link up here. Bought in a lot 2 Nike flip-flops. Paid $2, so each box is cost of goods $1. These happen to be still new with tags. These are the women's Nike Comfort Thong. These sold for $21.71 free shipping. So like my other high bid huge haul, I'm keeping track of profits on that. I'm going to do the same for this. So on this one, high bid, I had picked up 22 lots. Each lot I only paid $2 for. So in total, that's going to be $51. This, the Nike Selco, which is what they were called, which happens to be lot 243. I should have put it over here. These were actually a mistake. I accidentally put free shipping on these. No big deal. They still sold, still making a profit on these things. So estimated profit after fees and taxes, about $11. So that's where we are right now with this buy-in. 51, 11 out of that, so we're at 40. So with these, what I will probably do is just put these in, put some paper and wrap them so they don't get damaged shaking around. But I will put this in a large poly bag and keep this going out first class. So next item is a retail arbitrage. Minted this for $1. I don't know about the rest of you, but why is it the smaller things and the least expensive things, as far as profit-wise, those usually seems to be the hardest items to try to find. I went and was pulling orders last night, and I went to the bin it was supposed to be in, looked at the bag that I keep all these in. I could not find it. So I started scrambling around, trying to go through all the other bins. I said, to heck with it. I'll wait till tomorrow morning. So went back to that bin where it was supposed to be, pulled all the bands out, dumped them out, and looked, and sure enough, there it was. This sold for $9.54, and it is going free shipping. Not big profit, but doesn't take much room and very easy to ship. One more Realtree order going out today. Happens to be size XL, and again, lapis blue. This sold for $14.66, and it is going free shipping. This next order going out happens to be one of the items that was in a lot of that huge high bid haul that I picked up. Happens to be a pair of these Sears heavyweight thermal circular knit ankle length drawers. Basically thermal underwear. Cost of goods into this is, with that huge haul, has got to be probably, I don't know, we'll say 50 to $1. We'll say $1 on this. This sold for $17.36, and the buyer is paying $5.90 in shipping. So if we pull up our high bid tally for the 46 lots, remember, if you're new, I paid $6.11 for 46 lots. This one happens to be, was on lot 480. That lot cost me $20. Estimated profits for this one item is around $15. Now, one thing on my last what sold last week, not sure what happened, but this got left out. I also sold a vintage Foodsaver vacuum seal cleaner canisters. Basically, the box originally had 4 in the box, but it had been opened and it only had the 3 in there. The larger one was missing. So I did disclose that in the listing of each one that it had in there. They were brand new. They were still covered. So that one happened to be on lot 400. That lot I paid $42 for. That lot, 211, I paid $18 for that. Estimated profits on just that one was $29. So that sold for $33.89, and the buyer did pay shipping. Next item going out, not big profit, but they seem to sell pretty decently. It's this Air Supply Greatest Hits cassette tape. Cost of goods into this is only 25 cents. This sold for $7.94, but the buyer is paying $15.25 in shipping. So that tells me this is eBay international shipping. This last item going out, I happened to pick up at a garage sale last summer, and this happened to be one of them. Cost of goods into this, I believe it's just $1. So I've been sitting on this for a while. A buyer reached out to me and offered me $10 this morning plus shipping, so I took it. So this sold for $10, and they are paying $12.55 in shipping. Today is Saturday, October 23rd. I normally don't ship on Saturdays, but I actually had 11 orders come in since yesterday's shipping. I do this part-time, so I don't want to be overwhelmed come Monday. Plus, too, this could be a trend. Since we're in Q4 right now, selling could start picking up. So I just want to be prepared and have a good start for Monday. So let's jump in and see what's sold. First item going out happens to be a hat I picked up at my local thrift store for 50 cents. It's been sitting in my debt pile, so I went through this last week and pulled a bunch of the hats out and started listing them. This happens to be the first one that's sold. It says Pac-Man all-around print hat. This sold for $14.75, and the buyer is paying $5.25 in shipping. This next order going out happens to be an item that was in the last high bid haul that I picked up. And if I actually get the video posted before this comes out, I'll try to post a link up here. On that high bid haul, I had paid $2 for every single lot, and I picked up 22 lots. This happens to be one of them. It's a set of Monk Season 1 through 5. Into that lot for $2, there was this and then another set of DVDs. This sold for $23.45, and the buyer is paying $5.70 in shipping. Now with this will go out media mail. So if we pick up our tally from that last high bid haul, basically picked up 22 lots. Each lot I only paid $2 for, total of $51. The Monk DVD set, that lot $2, lot $3.26. Estimated profit on this is $20, and so that brings us up to buy-in at $31. So we're inching up to the $51 buy-in cost. This next item I actually picked up at a garage sale maybe 3-4 weeks ago, where they had 6 PlayStation 2 games and they wanted $1 each. I asked them if they would take 5. They said sure. So this happens to be one of the games I picked up. It's the PS2 Champions Return to Arms. It is complete. Does have the manual. So cost of goods into this is roughly, 70 cents? This sold for $47.81, and the buyer is paying $5.20 in shipping. This next item going out happens to be an item I picked up at my local thrift store. I figured I'd give it a test. I heard a lot of other resellers saying that this stuff actually sells pretty good. It's actually a vintage general foam plastic jack-o'-lantern. I picked up 3 of these, each of them for 50 cents. I sold the 2 purple ones off already. This happens to be the last one. This sold for $8.66, and the buyer is paying $5.85 in shipping. Next item going out happens to be another Realtree shirt. This is size large, the lapis blue. This sold for $14.66, free shipping. Next item going out happens to be more of the Realtree shirts. These are size medium. They're all the same color, Della Roby blue. This buyer paid $58.64 and it is going free shipping. Since it's 4 shirts, I'll have to figure out the best way to ship these out. Last night, after that order with the 4 shirts came in, I had another one probably a minute later come in from a different buyer. This buyer bought 2 of the size medium of the Della Roby blue. This sold for $29.32 and it is going free shipping. This next item going out happens to be another item that I picked up at that garage sale where I got the 6 PS2 games. Happens to be this Disney Princess, Perfectly Princess Bella. Paid $1 at this garage sale. This sold for $19.97 and the buyer is paying $7.84 in shipping. Now, right after this one came in as well. Picked this up from that same garage sale into this for $1 as well. Same buyer that bought this as well. Now they did it on 2 separate orders, so what I will end up doing is combining this together and shipping it and refunding the customer the difference in shipping. So this sold for $17.36 and the buyer did pay $5.80 in shipping. So we'll see what combining these together, what shipping difference is, and refund the customer. This next buyer happened to buy 2 of the Realtree shirts. Now this one was a little interesting. They bought the Deep Sea Coral Orange, size medium, and the Della Roby blue, size 2XL. So these 2 shirts are going out for $43.98 and it is going free shipping. Last item I'm shipping out today happens to be this Thunderjet 500 slot car. It's the Hot Rod Coupe. Picked this up at a garage sale a couple weeks back. Saw this in a bin of miscellaneous stuff and he had 50 cents on each of the items. So I had seen this one and this one. So each of these I'm into 50 cents. This one sold, when I looked up comps on this, I couldn't believe it. And I did see probably around 4 of these on eBay that had sold in the last 90 days. This thing was averaging around $65 plus shipping. So this I listed a little bit high. I actually listed it at $75, knowing it would get caught up in one of my sales. And this actually sold last night for $66.08, and the buyer is paying $6.15 in shipping. So when it comes to slot cars, especially the older ones, be on the lookout for. Now this one, I haven't even listed this one yet. Happens to be a Jaguar. I had looked on every platform I could to try to identify this car. I was able to identify the car, but not the slot car, and try to find out what the value is. Now on some of these Thunderjet 500 slot cars, I've seen some of them comp all the way up into thousands of dollars. So this one I'm going to hold off on until I can figure out exactly a true value on this item is. If anybody out there knows, reach out to me in the comments. I'd love to hear you. First thing I'll go over is we have 7 of the Realtree shirts going out. So I'll go through those real quickly. First, buyer bought 4 of the black, size 2XL. Buyer paid $58.64. Next one, size XL, Delta Roby blue. Buyer paid $14.66. Next one, this happens to be one of the different ones. These are the long sleeve. I only had color red with different sizes. This is the first one that sold out of it, size XL. Buyer paid $16.49, free ship. Next one, Lapis Blue, 2XL. Buyer paid $14.66. Next one, another Lapis Blue, size large, $14.66. Next one, another Lapis Blue, 2XL. Buyer paid $14.66. Last of the shirts is the Delta Roby Blue, size XL. Buyer paid $16.85, free ship. Next thing going out happens to be this vintage Fred Flintstone Dino. I have sold this before, but the buyer asked to return it, said they no longer needed it. Once it came back, I went and gave them their refund and relisted it, and it sold right away. This sold for $17.36, and it is going free shipping. Cost of goods into this I paid $1 at my local thrift store. Next thing going out is some more of these Kit Kats. RA item into this for about $2.70. I paid 55 cents each for these. I bought 8 together. This sold for $16.49 and it is going free shipping. This next item happens to be another RA item. It's this Hyper Tough Twisted Trimmer line. Cost of goods into this $2. Not such a good buy. This sold for $10.40 and it is going free shipping. This is light enough, it'll easily go out under a 4-ounce rate. This next order going out happens to be an item I picked up probably about a month ago at a garage sale. Happens to be 3 of these vintage 1979 Burger King collector glasses. These sold for $20.84 and the buyer is paying $10.83 in shipping. So next item happens to be something I picked up at my thrift store. I'm into it for only 50 cents. This was in my debt pile and I went through and pulled out a bunch of the t-shirts and started getting them listed. This happens to be the first one that sold. It's the Salvation Y2K Skulls and Wings. This sold for $13.88 and the buyer is paying $5.40 in shipping. So next item going out is another RA item. It's this Justice League 2-piece set for toddlers. Into this for 50 cents. This sold for $9.53 and it is going free shipping. This is light enough, it'll go out under a 4-ounce rate. Next item going out happens to be an item I picked up on high bid. It was in one of the hauls. This goes back my high bid haul from last year. Happens to be this Westclock's alarm clock. On that high bid lot, I only paid $2 and there was a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. I can't even remember all what was in there. That lot cost me only $2. This sold for $17.25 and the buyer is paying $5.25 in shipping. So next item going out happens to be an item from a lot of stuff that I bought from a friend of mine. I've since made my money back on all of that stuff. I think this was still left. Happens to be this Just for Men Touch of Gray. This sold for $15.84 and it is going free shipping. This last item going out happens to be another RA item. It's this small retractable leash. Picked this up Walmart clearance, probably well over a year ago. So it's been sitting around in the store for a while. Cost of goods into this is $1. This sold for $12.59 and it is going free shipping. This will probably go out at an 8-ounce rate. So those are the sales we had this week. I wanted to give a special shout out to Tammy, 3 Rivers Thrifting. She went and actually bought me 2 copies. So Tammy, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I hope some of this information in this video was useful for you. So when you're out there sourcing, you can see the type of items that are currently selling right now. If you like the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it very much. Also, if you like content like this, go ahead and subscribe down below and hit the bell notification. You'll be notified the next time I do a video. Until next time, keep picking. Brother-in-law used to be these sold for today is Thursday, October 20. Wild Woody collectible. This next item going out happens to be okay, let's just get shipping done. Oh, let's turn the camera off. First item going out happens to be this Pac-Man hat. This sold for $41. This sold for $47.81. Next one, This next item happens to be another RA Burger King collector sell. Happens